On October 1st last year, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. So that was a very difficult time, as you might imagine, telling my family, telling my friends, telling the faculty that I worked with, and telling all of my students. I think last year, actually, before I was diagnosed with breast cancer, I heard about the Relay for Life. One of our students was walking with the relay, and I think that was the first year that Yale had the relay. So I donated money to the relay, to his walk, and didn't expect or anticipate that 1 year later I would be the subject of a team. So that was sort of surprising. But then the first and second year students contacted me and asked if they could use my picture, and they were going to put together a team PA. Well, first of all, it takes place at the Yale gym, and so you walk in and there's music, there's energy, there are young students, there are older students, there are graduate students, there are undergrads, and everyone is very enthusiastic about raising money for cancer. And I was shocked, actually, when I walked into the gym. I didn't expect it to be quite such a big ordeal. I mean, it was not. It was just really fantastic, and I wasn't really feeling that well when I said that I would walk the survivor's lap. So I took a nap during the day, and then I came in. But after being there, I was energized, and I stayed for the survivor dinner, and I just felt great, actually, coming away from the Relay for Life. Was therapeutic in a sense, and it was really great. So I was recovering from my surgery, and the students asked me to take my wig off for the relay. They thought that would be really cool. And we have pictures of me and a gentleman who, Matthew Milstein, who he's a second year student now, but he's in the military, and his hair was about the same length as mine. So I ended up keeping my wig off after that because it felt nice not to have to wear a wig. It was too hot. So they made pins, which I'm wearing here, and that was pretty funny. Actually, this was designed by a student's mother who's from Seattle, and her mother, I think, had several friends who have had breast cancer and some who've died of breast cancer. So she was participating in the Relay for Life across the country, essentially, by designing this pin. And I thought it was absolutely hilarious. Everybody was walking around with a pin with my face on it, and my children also thought that was very funny. I loved the survivor lap, but then we actually did take a picture of the students and my family and my colleague all together, and that picture is very special to me. It was fantastic, and it was great. There were a lot of Yale undergrads who are survivors, and it was wonderful to see the time and effort, the coordination. It was really a spectacular event. My daughter Hannah, who was 10 years old at the time, and my daughter Charlotte, who was 9 at the time, participated in the event. And the PA students put them to work by making signs that would say Team PA on it, and I wanted them to participate. They were a little reluctant, wondered what this was all about and why did I have to do it. But we explained to them that this was very important to the students and to my family, and in the end they really enjoyed it. They saw all of a sudden all the PA students coming. They were asked to help color in the banners that the PAs were carrying around, and then they saw the pins, and they said, wow, this is really a big event. And then after, they stayed with me at the Survivors Dinner, and many of the students participated in that as well. And I think they came away and actually, they didn't realize what it would be, and they wondered why we had to walk for cancer. They weren't really sure what that was about. But I think in the end they found it to be a great experience, and I'm not sure that they completely understood the symbolism of it, but I thought that when I asked them if they would participate in other events with the American Cancer Society, for example, the Breast Cancer Walk, they knew what that was about, and they understood that that was important to me, and they wanted to participate in it. So the Relay for Life was really their introduction to that. So you never know who your friends are, and one of the things that I learned through this experience really over the last year, and it relates to the Relay for Life, was that actually I had a lot of friends, I had a lot of support, and they helped me through it. And it's not that you don't know who your friends are, but you don't sit around expecting that you're going to get sick and that you might need help from people. And I wasn't used to asking for help from anyone for anything. But I came away with this notion that everyone cares very much, and little thoughts, cards. I received hundreds of cards actually from graduates, which was just overwhelming. Lots of flower bouquets. The students brought me dinner every night after I had surgery for almost 30 days. And my kids loved that, really, because they didn't want my cooking anymore. But I was overwhelmed with the support and the love, and I think I understand a little bit more about caring for others in a way. I felt as though it was really a celebration of life, and it was very positive. It gave me pause, but I felt like it was such an energizing experience that it was exactly what I needed at that time, and I would highly recommend that survivors at any stage in their treatment or even after their treatment participate, because I think that it helps you frame your cancer diagnosis and what does this mean, and seeing other survivors and seeing how well they're doing really gave me hope that I would be okay, and I was still right in the middle of my treatment. So it was a very powerful day. But the survival lab was really hard for me. It was very emotional to see 25 or 30 PA students behind me walking with me during that survival lab, and my family was there. And there was a wonderful man who was next to me, and he looked at me, and he was also a survivor, and he said, "See, you made it through. You walked the lab." And it was really a pivotal moment in my cancer treatment. It really was remarkable.